Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this game of Flames of War. For the first time, we'll be playing the Ghost Panzers versus the Red Banner. This is a mixed company between the Panzer 3 and Panzer 4. We've got the second in command riding in his Panzer 3, whilst the company commander is in the Panzer 4. You know the hierarchy, how it works. 4 105 pieces. 2 platoons of 3 Panzer 4s. 1 platoon of 4 Panzer 3s with a the long 5cm. And 2 flak 88s. That is 160 points. And I'll be playing the Soviet Guards, a T-34 company here. This is the company commander, accompanied by 3 platoons of 3 T-34s. I know they're technically called companies, but I refuse to call 3 tanks a company. We also have 3 KV-1s, followed by 4 Su-85s. Now let's have a look at the table. We'll be playing the hasty attack mission with 2 objectives on each side. As you can see, there is the one deployment site for the Germans. We have 2 Sturmgeschützes as the objective markers. And on my side, the Soviets, I've got 2 IS-2s. I know they're not invented yet, and he placed 1 ranged-in marker on one of my objectives. And there is the other one. Same thing here, the deployment zone goes like that. And we're fighting over some sort of industrial region, kind of an open field, but I suspect we're gonna have to move around a lot here. Now to roll off for deployment and first turn.
Take that, commies!
Now to have a look at the deployment. The German deployment was over here. The artillery in the back supported by flak 88s. And his 2 Panzer 4 platoons bunched up in an isolated corner here. Followed by the second in command and his tiny Panzer 3. And speaking of Panzer 3s, we got a bunch more over there, together with the company commander. On the Soviet side, we got the glorious red and green mess over here. Su-85s with T-34s, really a wall of T-34s in front of everything else. Supported by KV-1s and Su-85s. The company commander is sitting on the objective. He's the only T-34 with his hatch opened. Now, I made a slight mistake earlier, and I do get the +1 because I finished deploying first. So, +1 to the red dice. Still better than nothing. Soviet turn 1. This was a giant nothing of a turn. Pretty much everything moved up in a line. I probably should have done some things smarter than that. My Su-85s opened fire on the Panzer 4s. However, I only managed to bail 2 of them. 1 of my T-34s managed to bail another one. These T-34s and the KV-1s shot at the Panzer 3s, but no one really got any hits. Another Panzer platoon, another T-34 platoon moved up over here, and the company commander is still staying put. And that is pretty much it for this turn. I did manage to bail out 1 platoon, but that's it. German turn 1. The company commander showed why he's the boss and killed 2 T-34s on that side. These Panzer 4s shot at these T-34s, missing every single shot. These guys did the same thing, however they did manage to bail out 1 of the Su-85s. Another one got bailed, another one got killed by the flak 88s. The artillery tried to range in on the company commander, and they failed. As such, my left flank is just kind of ripped itself apart, but there's still a lot of tanks left to go. I think he actually outnumbers me at this point. Whatever, on to Soviet turn 2. Soviet turn 2. My T-34s on this side moved up, took a shot at the Panzer 3s, and the one that did hit managed to glance and do absolutely nothing. The KV-1s took a shot and killed one of the Panzer 3s. These T-34s moved up, shot at the company commander, only 1 hit, which just bounced. 1 of my Su-85s remounted and shot at the Panzer 4s and did nothing. And that is pretty much it for the Soviet turn. German turn 2. His Panzer 3s moved around on this side, killing 1 of my T-34s and bailing out 2. The company commander took a shot and bailed out 1 of these. The other 2 got killed by the Panzer 4s on that side. These guys all tried to take a shot, but they failed. The flak 88s shot at the Su-85s and missed. The artillery opened fire on the KV-1s, bailing out 1 of them through the top armor. So right now I am down to 0 functioning T-34 platoons. The shit show continues on Soviet turn 3. My Su-85s moved up over here, took a shot at the Panzer force, bailing one and killing another one. The second one that got killed actually was a shot from the company commander who has done nothing all game except from now apparently. Good thing he at least woke up. That one is still bailed out. Same thing with the T-34 on this side. My T-34 on this side managed to wake up, killing 2 of the Panzer 3s. These guys also shot but didn't really do anything efficient here. So that is pretty much it right now for the Soviet turn 3. On to the German turn 3. The artillery managed to range in on the Su-85s, who took quite the beating this turn, losing 2 of the tanks and bailing out another one. They also got shot up by the Panzer force and the last remaining Panzer force. The company commander tried to take a shot over here, but obviously the loader or gunner just had a heart attack and he missed. The Panzer 3 on this part just swiveled around, killing one of the T-34s. So right now I'm down to 1 Su-85, 3 KV-1s, 1 T-34 and the company commander. Given that this guy doesn't suddenly come back to life. On to Soviet turn 4. The Su-85 managed to remount, traverse around, shoot 2 shots and missed. The KV-1s moved up, opened fire upon the Flak 88s, killing one of them. The company commander swiveled his turret to shoot at the Panzer III, bailing him out. And the T-34 last one on that side managed to retreat, however I did manage to save the company morale. At this point I am basically fighting on running on fumes here, but whatever, we'll see what happens. On to the end game, so to speak. This is the German victory. The Panzer IV moved up over here and shut out the T-34 commander. The Panzer III tried to do the same thing but failed. As you can see, he's quite dead regardless. And the Panzer force tried to kill him as well, but he bounced those shots. One of the KV-1s got bailed out by the remaining Flak 88, whilst the company commander took a shot and missed. Or well, he did bounce them. But at this point, I only have 1 efficient fighting platoon, and my company commander is dead, and as such I have failed the game. With that said, I managed to kill 3 Panzer 3s over there, and 2 Panzer 4s. Now to look at the game in hindsight, both having a look at the tactics, the armies, the deployment, and the maneuvers of the game. I think I have to say that this is probably one of the absolute worst games of Flames of War I've ever played, seeing as I almost got tabled right off the bat. I think the greatest disservice I did to myself was the split attack. My first idea was to kind of send a platoon of T-34s supported by the Su-85s on the left flank to distract him, really, to try to lure his troops out into the open. My hope with this was basically that I could send my right flank, being the 2 T-34 platoons and the KV-1s, to flank around, kill the Panzer IIIs on the right side, perhaps even being able to send a platoon to deal with his artillery and Flak 88s before I could strike his Panzer force in the side or even rear. Now, of course, in hindsight, this did not work out at all, mainly because if I kept advancing, the hardware would not be able to keep up, but his, however, most certainly did. What I'm talking about here is basically the overworked rule. The problem with this is basically that it gives you a +1 to hit, and seeing as his units are already veterans, it's going for a 4+ to a 5+, and they're usually in cover, and suddenly you're hitting all 6s when you get 1 rate of fire, and that is just pure shit in my opinion. Of course, it's quite realistic, seeing as the older T-34s did not have a loader, which means that the commander had a little bit too much to do to actually hit the goddamn target. But that means that he can return 2 accurate shells for every 1 I can fire. And that did turn out to be quite the problem, since I couldn't really attack, but he could definitely defend himself and stay put. That, in the end, probably caused me a lot more problems that it basically could help me with my attack. I think in the future I'm probably going to refrain a little bit from using the guards variant of the T-34, seeing as they're not really worth it regarding as how much they cost. But with that said, I do apologize for the shit tactics to any Russian player out there, and I wish you all well, and have a good one.